You know the old expression, if I had a nickel for every time, so on and so forth. Well, I wish I had a nickel for every time over 3+ decades of telling other lawyers and clients bias is always relevant. And how does it come up that I say that? Well, if there's anticipated witness statements or testimony of a person who has a bias, then that testimony or that witness statement can be evaluated and put in its proper perspective. Certainly in cross-examination, there's wide latitude, and you can ask a lot of questions as a cross-examining lawyer to develop and uncover bias. I've also told you that, of course, it's the unusual case that is tried, but in a majority of serious personal injury cases, there are depositions, so witnesses are testifying, and there is, of course, frank discussion between the plaintiff's lawyer, the person suing, that would be me, and the insurance lawyers or the defendant lawyers. Now, I recently was working on a case, a very serious two-car accident, where the other driver may indeed bear some liability in addition to the passenger's own driver. And this is very important in Massachusetts because we have a joint tortfeasor rule where if you're even 1% negligent, you are jointly and severally liable for the damages. That's a fancy way of saying if you're 1% negligent, you could be on the hook. In the police report as a result of this very bad accident, redacted the names of the witnesses, which I now have, and it quoted what the witnesses said, basically exonerating or freeing from liability the remarks of one of the vehicles. Well, as a result of my investigator's work, I learned that the witnesses whose names were redacted from the police report were passengers in the car of this offending vehicle. The depositions haven't been taken, but you can well imagine that I will extensively cross-examine in a deposition these witnesses to uncover their connection, and certainly at first blush it seems there is a connection, they're in the driver's car, but to uncover their connection and willingness to shade their testimony because they have a bias in favor of their friend or whomever, the driver. And that is reason for why certain clients who are faced with statements that may be detrimental to them should not despair, because we don't really know the source of the information that an insurance company will so willingly use if it helps them. The point is, it may not be good information. Thank you.